Hi Marco. It was a creditable performance from Watford overall, but it seemed like you had to wait until it was 2-0 before you really got into your stride and started playing.
Good evening. What I can say now is, and for us, to come here to compete and to do our best to take a good result is impossible. We start one game like we started. We didn't start the game with enough aggressiveness in our defensive organization. We put everything too easy for City. The first 25 minutes, 30 minutes, we are too slow, not with enough aggressiveness in our moment. We knew before the match they will, even if you don't want, they will put our team a little bit low because they have this capacity. They do against all the teams at home or away. But you need to work in a different way with our block and with enough aggressiveness to block them. We didn't do that in the first 25-30 minutes, and the first minute of the match I think is clear what we cannot do in this level. The first two goals we conceded, we knew before the first goal what they will try to do in that moment, and the second goal after one set pieces you need to keep our focus in a different way. Even with our first 25-30 minutes, we had two clear chances with Andre to score. After the 1-0, we had Andre only with Ederson, and after the 2-0, we had as well. I believe in that moment, if you score, in that moment, give more belief for our team. Of course, after the second half, a little bit different, more not with the same pace the game, same intensity as well. They score one goal I think is in offside, the third goal. After the 3-1, we gave more belief for our team. I saw our team with more ability after this moment. We had the penalty on Pereira in that moment to possible to the 3-2. But in general, the City deserve the win, clear.
Anybody else? Yep. Okay.
Thank you. You mentioned Andre Gray's two chances in the first half and his goal obviously at the end. Would you say it was one of his better performances for Watford? Because he certainly gave his all for the 90 minutes and he could, as you say, could have had more.
Of course, we had the chance, and what we did here, even against City, normally we are one team. We create the enough chance to score goals. Normally we are one team to. Even against City, because we knew they will put our team a little bit more low because they have the capacity to have the ball in his possession and to rest with the ball more than the other teams. But we created the chance to score again here, like we had in the last match as well. The enough chance to win the match in this level. When you don't win, it's really hard for us. But like we conceded two goals, we must do different in this level.
Hi Marco. Are you concerned with the form of your two fullbacks at the minute? Because they've struggled a bit in recent games.
I don't want to talk about individual players or if I'm concerned or not. What I believe, and for us is really important, if we have all our players available, and I'm sure if I have all our players available, even with the problems we have in our squad, we can play better, we can do better as well. This moment, we have some important players injured, really important players for us. You are talking about the laterals, I can talk for you about Kiko, but even Kabul, Britos, you are talking about three players normal, they are playing in our back line in starting 11, Shalobah as well, I can talk about Troy. So it's a big number of players, important players for us, and missed some of them the last 2 months and a half, and they are really important for us. What I hope in the next few days and few weeks, I have more options in our squad, because if I have all the players available, we are stronger.
Hi Marco, you just reeled off quite a few injuries there. Pep's just been in and said that the amount of fixtures is killing the players, in inverted commas. What are your thoughts about that on the sort of hectic nature of this?
Yes, it's not. Of course, I understand. We are here, all of us, to respect the culture the country. I think is important for the fans, I think it's more important really as well for the people abroad. I think in this moment in Portugal don't have football and everybody's seeing the Premier League on TV. They are in so far easy to see, but for the players are really hard these moments. Okay, we are playing since the 23 until now. We're playing 4 games, and for teams, I can talk about our team with a lot of injuries in this moment. We cannot permit for us to make the enough rotation in our players, and of course it's hard. It's good for us. Tonight we don't have one more injury in our players. All of them they finish the game in a good condition as well. But it's really hard for the players. I understand, I respect. We need to enjoy as well the culture here because it's good. We are playing every time, but it's really hard for the players.
Marco, just going back to the previous question, I know you don't want to mention individuals, but you did talk about how you wanted to defend differently in the opening 20 minutes, and from looking at from the press box at least, it looked like the main issue was that you were getting overloaded down both sides. Is that how you saw it? Is that what you would have wanted to do differently, defend better before the crosses were coming into the box?
Of course, we are going around for talk again about our laterals, but of course we must do different in the first minutes of the game. We must do different there, even in that moment when Sané crossed that ball. We must do different in that moment to block, and even in our box we have 3 players against 1, and we permit them to score in the far post as well. Of course, I don't want to come here to put the faults in one player or the other in individual. When we lose together. I know what is our problems in now, and we need to improve in this situation.
Marco, given your injuries, have you made it clear to the board that you need signings maybe earlier in January than you would if you had a full squad? Is there a real desire on your part to get the deals done as soon as possible, potentially before the next Premier League game?
Yes, I hope. Of course, we are working. The board knows what I expect as well. Of course, it's really important the problems we have now in our squad. If I have as more players I have available for the match or the next match as well is really important for us. But my job is to work with the players I have in the squad, to develop them, to improve them as well, as most I can as well. And of course, I hope we can improve some important positions for us.